5 optical illusions and why they trick your brain. Part 1. Number 1. The rotating snakes. Overlapping circles made up of green and purple forms that appear to be rotating. The rotating snake's illusion is a motion illusion in which we perceive movement that isn't happening. Everything in the image above is static, and yet the overlapping round objects appear to swirl. If you stare at any specific point in the image, the effect stops. A 2005 study published in the Journal of Vision suggested that most people's visual systems infer the presence of motion in static, repeated, asymmetric patterns like this one, because the design invokes a pattern of neural activity that normally occurs when an object is moving. Number 2. The scintillating grid. White lines form a grid on a black background. At the intersections of vertical and horizontal white lines are white circles. Black dots appear and disappear inside the white circles. The scintillating grid illusion triggers the brain to see dark spots that don't exist. The scintillating grid illusion causes the brain to perceive dark spots inside the white circles present at the intersection of grid lines. These spots can flash in and out of our peripheral vision so rapidly, especially with eye movement, that some people might find it difficult to look at the illusion for too long. The illusion is a modification of the Hermann grid illusion, which also causes dark dots to appear at the intersection of lighter lines, though the scintillating grid illusion is even more eye-catching. If you try to look directly at one of the perceived dark spots, then it will disappear. Number 3. The Reubens vase. An illustration of a white vase also appears as the side profile of 2 faces depicted in black. Do you see 2 faces or a vase? Reubens vase or Reubens face depicts both because the side profile of 2 identical faces matches the outline of a vase, sometimes a candlestick. Illusions like Reubens vase are called ambiguous images because, well, they're ambiguous. Researchers are still debating how Reubens vase works. The debate includes whether our visual experience of the figure changes when we see a switch between the faces and vase, or whether the experience doesn't change, and it's instead a belief, judgment, or other mental process that changes after the experience, according to the Illusions Index, an online database of illusions supported by the University of Glasgow in Scotland. Number 4. The peripheral drift. Blue ovals on a green background appear to undulate. Peripheral drift illusions are a type of anomalous motion illusion that gives the illusion that static images are moving like a video. Take a look at the image above, and you'll likely see the dots swirl on the page like they're floating on water. However, if you focus on any specific dot, then the effect of perceived motion should stop. This illusion depends on eye movement, with the dots swirling in the periphery. Number 5. Cafe wall. Horizontal lines of alternating black and white squares are stacked on top of each other. The lines separating them appear to bend in different directions. The cafe wall illusion features straight, horizontal lines that appear to bend. In reality, though, the horizontal lines are actually straight and run parallel to one another. Researchers aren't yet certain why this illusion works so well, but it appears to be linked to interactions between the neurons that code for orientation in the visual cortex, according to the Illusions Index. The cafe wall illusion name came from researchers at the University of Bristol in the UK, who documented the effect on the side of a cafe wall in the 1970s. It is a form of the Münsterberg illusion, named after psychologist Hugo Münsterberg, who first documented the illusion at the end of the 19th century, according to Oxford Reference. These are the 5 optical illusions that can trick your mind. Follow for more amazing videos. Make the background music illusions.